Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Crush It Queens, a podcast dedicated to female content creators in both the gaming and creative space. Today, our first guest is Alex Norimaki, who is a streamer on Twitch as well as a YouTube content creator. Alex, say hello.
Hi.
Woo! Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I actually feel like I'm very honored.
Aww.
I am.
Don't make me cry. The first episode will have me crying.
Just start it off right with, some emotion. Really sprinkle it on.
Tears. For all of you listening at home, which I'm sure is so many of you. We are actually doing this podcast on Twitch right now. So it will be on stream, but we'll also be uploading it to YouTube. So we'll do our best to actually read out the comments whenever necessary so that everyone at home can follow along if you're not looking at this visually.
Yes, quiet.
Speaking of chat, Plague Doctor, I do see you. Don't you bring up anarchy in my chat. All right, so Alex, I actually have some questions for you for the podcast. I'll ask you a few, chat will ask you a few, and then we're just going to continue vibing like we were earlier.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So, yes. Alex, tell us a little about yourself. Just go.
My name is Alex Norimaki. I am a 23-year-old Black woman who is a content creator on both Twitch and also on YouTube for variety games. Let's see. I've played video games in my entire life. Let's just be honest right now. Let's just be real. I've played video games my entire life.
Go for it.
From the time I was about 3-year-old, maybe 2. My older brother, his name is Patrick. He's about 9 years older than me. He played video games and then he dragged his little sister into it. And I've kind of been sucked into it ever since. I like to think I count as a gamer. I started playing Nintendo. I've only had like a PlayStation for like 2 months. And a PC for like 5. But you know what? We grow and we learn, and I'm becoming more of a whole like well-rounded gamer. But that's really kind of it. If I'm not doing content creation, I'm also getting my master's degree in mass communication. So I don't sleep at all.
Oh, if she's not playing video games, she's also getting her master's, just on the side of video games.
Mm-hmm, yeah, just like for funsies.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. That's awesome, Alex. How long have you been streaming? I actually don't know.
Oh my god, okay, so I actually started streaming on my birthday. So my first stream was on July 26, 2020. So I've been streaming almost exactly 5 months. Almost exactly 5 months.
Oh, yeah. So like I started on August 25th. So basically our like
a month after
anniversaries are like within like the same day of each other every time.
So we have to celebrate together when we hit.
We have to celebrate together. That's so awesome. Yes, birthday stream. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's so cool. So for those of you guys that don't know, some of you do know because some of the villages here, Alex's community is named the Penguin Village. Like, what's that about? Where did you get the idea?
So it actually stems from my actual name. Not my actual name, but my streamer name. The last name is Norimaki, which if you haven't watched the original Dragon Ball, first off, what you doing? You need to watch it. But there was an anime. The guy, I can't ever remember his name, but the guy who created Dragon Ball also had another cartoon anime. I know I just said cartoon. Kill me now. It was called Dr. Slump. And it was about this doctor, really genius doctor, who created this adorable android named Aurelie Norimaki. And his entire purpose was to see if she could blend in with like regular humans in society. Thank you, Sage, Akira Toriyama. She was perfect in every way except that she was nearsighted. And I just think it's so cute because even though she's beautiful and adorable and pure of heart, she still has her flaws. I just thought she was super cute. And she has this irresistible urge to poke poop with a stick when she sees it. Yeah, it's really cute. And then she appears in like 2 or 3 episodes of Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. And she's actually really good friends with Goku. And I think she pops up in Super at some point. and she's like one of my favorite anime characters, so I stole her last name. But the entirety of Dr. Slump and the episodes that Goku meets her in, she lives in Penguin Village. So I stole her namesake and I stole her place of residence. And that's
That's
it.
so awesome. There's like a whole story. A whole
Mhm,
story.
mhm.
That's so cool.
I
Okay,
love it.
so next question. What's the
Yes.
first game ever that you ever streamed? Like what was the first one?
I was so stupid. I was like, you know what? I'm scared of streaming. I'm actually I was so horrified. I don't know. Chris was there. I don't know how scared I looked, but I was terrified the entire time. So my thought process was, let's play a scary game. So I'm more focused on being scared than I am of being nervous. So I played Bendy in the Ink Machine first.
What?
Horrible idea. Don't suggest it. Do not stream a scary game your first stream. You will feel like you're going to pee your pants for as long as the stream goes on. It was fun. Bendy and the Dark Revival was supposed to come out in 2020, but 2020 ends in like a week and a half. So Joey Drew Studios, what you doing? But that's what I played. Mm-hmm.
Dang. Do you remember
Yeah.
your first viewer, your first watcher? Or commenter,
Pretty
I
sure
mean?
that was Chris. I'm pretty sure the
Ooh.
Biohazard King, he's in stream like right now. I'm pretty sure it was Chris. It was either Chris or it was one of my best friends. It was one of them.
She was very scared. How do you give her a word of encouragement? You did great though. So proud of you,
No,
says
stop. I will
Chris.
cry. I will cry.
Aww. So sweet. I
Yeah, no,
love that. I remember my first viewer too. I actually remember my first two viewers because they came at the same time. The very first one, they wrote in chat before I actually knew how to open chat. So like
Mhm.
halfway through, I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And I clicked on it, and it was like,
No.
"Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "What? Someone was
There's
trying to talk
people
to me?"
this whole time.
Oh no! And like they were gone by that point.
Oh,
But their name
no.
is Zenitsu Akatuma, and they're still around. I think they were in stream earlier. I don't know if they're still
Yeah,
here.
they're
And
the
then
best.
the second one was he changed his username recently, but at the time it was like a lowly noob,
Mhm,
and now it's like Jamie never wins, but he
mhm,
still
mhm.
comes around. He was
I
the
love
second one,
that.
and he said that he followed because he was watching me play Breath of the Wild, and I started screaming profusely whenever a lightning bolt hit the ground.
I'll do it. These things are horrifying.
Right? And I don't do anymore, but he thought it was so funny. Basically, they were like, this girl would be hilarious if she played a horror game, which I still have yet to do. So,
I cannot wait. Please tell me when you're there. I would love to be a part of that.
oh, it will be a terrible, terrible day in the world, truly.
It's gonna be great. Dark times in the kingdom, but bright for me.
Got it. I gotta get used to reading all of the comments out loud.
Mhm, mhm,
Umbry
mhm.
says, I will support you, Jahara. Thank you, Umbry.
Amber's the best, 100%.
Reluctant Amnesia VR 2021.
No, don't jump straight to VR.
No! I
Baby steps.
Oh my god, I would die. There would be death
There would
of
be.
me
Mhm.
personally.
A heart attack on stream.
Actually, there would be. I would be really upset.
I would understand though. We would understand.
Oh my, Resident Evil 7 in VR, says Sage. Seriously?
Ari
Y'all, no
kind of
baby
scary.
steps. Jump right in, says Mika. Like, really, you guys? You're not even gonna let me just. Okay, wait.
RE7 wasn't scary. It was gross, but it was not scary. Like it was like you just feel like you have to take a shower when you stop for the day,
I'm
but
looking
not
at
like you
you.
can't sleep. Yeah, I'm looking at you too.
I'm like, not scary. I don't know. Gross and scary are somewhat synonymous for me personally.
That's fair.
Um, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep going through some of these questions, and then once we like get through the stories and stuff, we'll go ahead and open chat back up from emo only mode and let them ask some questions for us. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. I'm ready.
Alrighty. So we talked a little about your community and mods. So
Mhm.
how about some of your streaming goals? Like, what goals do you have now, Alex?
Oh my god, I don't know. No, that's not true. I do kind of know. Okay, so let me put it to you this way. I would love to be partnered one day. I think not I don't know if I have to make it like my full-time job or anything, but like to be able to be paid to play video games and hang out with all the people that I've grown to know and love would be fantastic. I don't really know outside of that. Like it's just mini goals I set for myself to like keep growing more or less, you know? So I never give myself giant goal. Like I have like my end goal pretty much, but between that, it's really just have a good time. Most of the time my goal is just have a good time. I do want to take the stream and always make it a safe place for everybody no matter who they are. Um but I also want it to be fun, you know? And I think the main goal for myself really is to like never lose myself in this. Like I never want to stop being who I am just for the sake of streaming. Because if I ever get to that point, I need to stop. But
Mm.
I get to be my crazy clown self on the internet and make money for it. But also I've met like all of my favorite people. And so I just feel like the goal is just to have that good balance as long as I can possibly keep this up without imploding.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love that. I love that. I'm like thinking about like what you mean when you say like lose yourself in it. And like I don't really know how to describe it, but I totally understand what you mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Like I feel like I am 110% myself on stream. And what I mean by that is not like I'm like so authentic. It's crazy. I mean like I am myself and more when I'm on
Mm-hmm.
stream. Like I'm like
Same.
the best version of myself when I'm on stream. And not because I'm like pushing myself necessarily, but because like even on the days when I'm not having a great day, the minute I get on stream, I have all of these wonderful people and their
Mm-hmm.
crack emotes that I'm seeing right here that
Exactly
just
what
lift me up. You know, they lift me higher and just make me feel like so appreciated and loved. And we're just
Mhm.
vibing and enjoying the game so much. Especially when I first started, like, I started playing Breath of the Wild, right? And I just wanted to stream because I really liked playing Breath of the Wild and I wanted to meet people
Yeah.
that also really liked Breath of the Wild. And I thought I might be able to find some on the internet.
Perfect. It's like a perfect way to find your tribe, you know?
Right?
Like you grow up, I don't know how it was for you, but at least for me, like I grew up and I didn't have a lot of people to play video games with. You know, like my favorite game is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle because it's on the GameCube and it featured a two-player part that I could never play with anybody because nobody else I knew played video games.
Mm.
Like streaming means I get to play those games with other people, you know, which is something I didn't get to do as a kid and now I get to do it as an adult, which means I just get to do it possibly with alcohol. Like it's just twice the fun and it has fulfilled something, but I'm the same as you. Like I am absolutely 100% my authentic self, but like more so when I'm streaming because I'm always me, but I'm oddly enough an introvert. So
Me
I just don't
too.
appear like I'm an introvert most of the time, but I get off stream and though I'm still behaving the same way and thinking the same way, I'm very, very quiet. So
Mm.
I get to be 100% unapologetically myself on stream and I am accepted for it. And it's more than I ever thought I would get out of this for
Anybody
sure.
else getting emotional? Because I'm getting a little emotional when I think about it.
I mean, just like a tear in my eye, but
I'm like, I get a little bit emotional when I think about it. It's really awesome because
Mhm.
what I found, and I swear this isn't tooting my own horn, but when I first started streaming, people would ask me like, "How long have you been streaming?" Because it seems like you've been streaming longer. And I'm like, it's not because like they say you're really good at talking. You just keep talking. How
Mhm.
are you? How do you just keep talking? And there's no dead space. And I'm like, I'm usually relatively quiet, like outside in the world, but I don't know about everybody else. I have a consistent monologue going on in my head. I am
Same.
the main character of my own life, and my life is a
Oh my
story. I'm
same.
constantly narrating what I'm doing, and it's not so like my mind is never just empty.
Mhm.
Like I love reading books, and I always imagine myself like being the main character of somebody's book and like them narrating what I'm doing. And then they went here, and then they met this person, and this is how she's feeling today. And therefore, I started streaming. I'm like, all I have to do is just take my inner monologue and put it outside for like a
Oh
few
my god.
hours.
Are we like the same person?
Are
I
we?
okay. This is like a really weird thing. I don't think I've actually ever told anybody. I have this weird thing that goes on in my head, especially when I listen to music. Especially when I listen to video game music, but any music, where I can hear it and then I can build an entire scenario with me as the main character in my head. And it's usually something where I have superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it just ends up like that. And so I'll hear music, and if the song is like super exciting, I'm doing something exciting. If it's like a super peaceful song, I'm usually bringing peace to like a chaotic place. Like I always build a story in my head based on the music. And I don't know. I build narratives in my head constantly. And so the world in my head is way more fantastical than the world I live. And so I try to find the bridge between the basic and the craziness in my head through stream because I can be twice as creative, you know? So it just kind of pops out pretty
That's
much.
so crazy that you say that because not with music, but when I was a kid, and nobody at me for this, and I'm saying this while knowing I'm recording a podcast and knowing I'm putting this on YouTube.
Voluntarily.
When I was a kid, I needed to have something going on constantly because I was always narrating things that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I increased narration during activities that were naturally boring. Therefore, and hear me out, listen, hear me
Okay.
out.
Okay. Okay.
Whenever I was going to the bathroom, which by nature is an extremely mundane task because one must simply sit still, the narration in my head would go times 5,000. Like, it was so bad.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Where, like, I would actually have, like, a whole story going on in my head about like me as a hero and people I was meeting, and it was like a running story that was exclusively for when I was on the toilet as a kid. And it would stop when I got off the toilet because then I could narrate whatever I was actually doing. But I needed like
Oh,
an actual running story that had episodes every time I was on the toilet.
toilet time with Jahara. No, but I love
I
that.
just needed to be somewhere more exciting while I had
That is so funny. No, anytime I do any activity, I don't do it as much anymore. But definitely when I was younger, if I was doing something as simple as like picking something up off the ground, I'd look off to a certain angle, not where I'm supposed to be doing, but off to a certain angle, and I could almost visualize myself in third person.
right.
So I could see how it would look like on a movie screen. I don't know why. I've gotten really good at it.
I am
I
the
don't do it
same.
very often. Yeah, okay, see, it's not just me. And kids used to be like, why are you looking off to the side? I'm like, shut up. You don't know. You don't get it. And that's fine because I don't get it. But
It's
now
so
I know what's going on.
true. Oh my god, thank God it's not just me. I was just like, yeah, like it's like thinking thoughts in your own mind, which everybody does, but like in the third person. I am
Mm-hmm,
narrating my own life. Like Jahara is
mm-hmm.
doing this, and today she woke up and she was thinking this, and she looked out at the sky, she looked out the window and saw the leaves blowing on the trees and thought,
Oh my
you know, like that
gosh.
kind of thing. Like I can literally narrate my life as if it were a book. It's
It's
weird.
so weird. Oh my
And
god, I
it
thought I was the
seems
only
to
person.
lend itself well in stream.
It does, because you can like as fantastical as your mind is, you can pretty much make it happen on stream if you really wanted to.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so anything that I've ever been like, I'll have dialogues. I'll create random characters who are like, so what are you gonna do now? So how are you? Are you okay? Like if something bad happens to me, somebody in my head will be like, Alex, are you all right? And then I'll be like, no, I'm not okay.
And then she said she wasn't okay and hiccuped slightly.
Alex,
The tight feeling in
Alex,
her
don't
chest
cry.
growing stronger and stronger.
Exactly. Alex, don't cry. You're stronger than this. And I'll be like, I just want to cry. And that's how it goes. Oh my god, I'm not alone
Yes.
on Earth.
Oh my
Oh,
god. I feel so happy. See, this is
I
amazing. I feel
know.
understood. I love it. I love it. Um so back on as far as the question, as far as my streaming goals, I would say that I want to be a partner. For those of you that don't know, I feel like most of my community knows, but I recently left my day job and decided to make my part-time jobs my full-time job, i.e. streaming
Yes.
and being a Japanese tutor. I've been a tutor for over 10 years now. I've tutored Japanese for over 10 years and I've always done it part-time. Like anywhere from like 5 to 10 hours a week over the last 10 years or so. And I've always been unable to take more students because I had a day job, but now I can, and I love it. It's like the one thing I love the most because the only
It's
people that
seriously
seek
so
out
cool.
private tutors to learn Japanese are people that are like stoked about learning Japanese.
Hmm.
So I just get to like nerd out with people about this
So cool.
language, and like I teach them stuff and they get like legitimately excited. Or I'll be like, "Hi, have you seen if they've seen anime, for example, like have you seen this anime?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You know when they said that, this is actually a reference to this grammar, and while you'll never forget this ever again." And they're like, "Oh my god, I
Interesting.
thank you. That was so confusing." I love it. It's such
I
a
almost
passion.
want you to teach me Japanese.
I mean, I
Like,
have hours open. Hey chat,
like
I have
you.
hours open. Hey everyone out there listening at home, I have hours open.
I'm so serious. Like, I've been thinking about it for like a while. I was like, you know what? That'd be fun. I want to learn Japanese, and who better to teach me than you? Oh my god, I'm convincing myself in my head.
I must admit I'm a very fun teacher. I actually taught someone from the community this week.
Hmm.
They're I don't know if they want me to say their username, but I was teaching them this week, and they were surprised, like mildly surprised, to learn that like the way I teach in my tutoring classes is exactly how I am in stream. And I'm like, this is me. Like, there's no extra touch of professional or
I love
anything.
that.
It's just this. But
It
then you
takes away
learn
the
it more.
awkward, you know? Like, I get awkward like in one-on-one stuff, so I feel like that would help.
Maybe. I seem to really enjoy it. I got a lot of reviews, and people say that they feel like the time went by, they were laughing, didn't even realize they were learning. It was so cool. So I love doing what I do.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. But also now I do this. This is one of the first things that I've tried outside of like a day job that I felt like I really really like this.
I love
I'm
that
good at
for you.
this and I like it. And the people that I've met, yo, like I'm so happy. Like when we all did the Among Us stream and we like
Oh
coordinated
my
that. For
gosh,
those
it's
of you who
so
don't know,
much fun.
like me, Alex, Umbriality, Charlize, Luke Launcher,
Mhm.
Teskadoo, Monkey D. Luffy, Kisanat, like the Pixel. Oh, I think Kisanat actually replaced the Pixel Parfait. It was so amazing.
Both of them. They were both there at one point.
Pixel Parfait. It was
Yeah.
so fantastical to have like 10 different streamers on at once. We still all talk. It was just and it's just a conglomeration of positive communities.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
So
I've never been able to meet people so similar to myself, like in my own community, like in real life.
mhm.
So
You
it's
find
been
your
such a
tribe.
pleasure, right?
You absolutely find your tribe. I've never felt more seen and more like I belong
Mm-hmm.
up until now, you know?
Agree. 100% agree.
My
All right. Let's take a quick break from all of the serious content. What's your favorite food, Alex?
favorite food is French fries, but let me explain this to you, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So it's not just French fries. It's gotta be I don't like potato wedges and I don't like steak fries because they're too thick.
Okay.
Um, you can't get them to be crispy
Okay.
because they're too thick. So I might as well just bite into a raw potato at that point. So
I ain't mad at
it's got to
that.
be, it's got to be like I think the optimum thickness for a French fry is the McDonald's French fry. Now, that being said, McDonald's doesn't always salt their fries, and I think that's a sin. But when they do, there is nothing better. I don't know if y'all guys have like Freddy's frozen steak burger, anybody listening, or even you, Jahara. I don't even know if y'all have that. But they have shoestring fries, and you can put fry seasoning on top of them. I'll kill somebody for some fries like that. I would.
We do have a Freddy's.
So, oh my god,
All right. And I need
you
you to
have
put
them?
your fist up, Alex. I need to put your fist up because I think Freddy's French fries are too thin. Like they're
All
too
right, well,
thin. I'm prepared.
okay,
I was prepared to say it.
all right. Turn the camera off. Turn the camera off. This is over.
For those of you at home, we
Cut.
both got our fist up. We're about
Cut.
to fight. We're about to fight because my favorite food is just the potato.
Okay,
The
that's valid.
potato and everything that it brings to this generation, to this
Mm-hmm.
world
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as a whole. What it can do for us. I'm vegan. I am
Mm-hmm.
allergic to tree nuts. I'm allergic to dairy. I'm allergic to
Oh my god,
gluten.
this is
There are
so
not
hard.
many things I can actually eat, but the potato, she has never betrayed me. Ever.
She never will.
She never will. She won't. She is here by my side in all forms, even mashed potatoes. All you got to
Mm.
do is use some vegan butter and some vegan milk instead, and you're fine. You're fine.
Amen.
Mashed
Amen.
potatoes, tater tots, wedges. You know, I'll still eat some French fries if I have to. I will never say no to a potato based dish ever.
Mm. I do have
Potato.
a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the sweet potato?
Oh, well, isn't she just a beautiful, beautiful cousin? You know,
Mm-hmm.
if this were an anime, they would be part of my anime harem. Ne?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
able to choose because they were beautiful in different ways. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah,
have
you
like
can't
the
pit two
russet
queens against each other.
potato,
Yes.
then we have our
Yes.
golden potato. Then we can't
Oh,
forget about our sweet potato, and then
absolutely
we got
not.
our red
Mm-hmm.
potato.
Mm-hmm.
Then our
Mm-hmm.
yams, which contrary to popular belief, are different
They're
than
not the
sweet
same as a sweet
potatoes.
potato.
They're different. Okay. Then there's also the Japanese sweet potato. Totally different
Mm-hmm.
thing, but also
Mm-hmm.
delicious, eaten differently. So many potatoes, so many things to offer. Someone asked me if I would give up tea or potatoes because I do drink a lot of tea. It would never be potatoes because there's so many different ways that you can
You can
consume them.
survive on potatoes.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of different tea, but potatoes
It,
just forever.
mm-mm. To the end of this earth. I agree, 100%.
You see, you're here with me. Potatoes.
Oh my god, you had said nothing but a word to me. Can go for fries right now.
I know. So hash browns, anyone? Because hash browns are one of my favorite forms of potato. Is the
Okay,
hash brown?
so I'll only eat one kind of hash brown, and you're gonna kill me for it.
Go ahead, say it.
I'll only eat a McDonald's hash brown.
Girl, why does it have to be McDonald's?
Okay, so I'm like a texture eater, and all McDonald's hash brown is a giant tater tot.
That's fair, but you can buy those hash brown patties at the store.
Can you?
Girl, yeah.
Hey, yo, wait.
At
Okay, that changes
Costco,
the game.
at Target, at Kroger, all them places have hash brown patties. You need to get in on this.
I do. Okay. No, I want everybody to understand right now. I'm not the pickiest eater you've ever seen. I actually enjoy most food. It's just that I don't like thick potatoes. I love tater tots. I don't like thick potatoes, and beans don't belong in chili. Do not get me started on an argument. We are not here to have that discussion. But that's it.
She's trying to tell a vegan that beans don't belong in chili. Whatevs.
Beans, I will absolutely understand and will not fight it on you for you because it makes sense because you don't have meat in it. However, outside of that realm, I'll die on that hill. I'm serious.
All right. You stay on that hill, okay? I'm gonna be over here with my bean chili.
It's a nice breeze on this hill.
There's a nice breeze.
Very sunny.
You know what the hill reminds me of? It reminds me of Cusco-topia.
Crack. Like a water slide.
Yeah. It's a birthday present to me.
Yay.
Oh I love Emperor's New Groove. Oh my god.
So much.
Okay, so let's talk about cross-platform content. So Alex, I know that you stream on Twitch and you also have a YouTube. So tell us about that. Which one did you start first? And like, what do you do on your YouTube versus on your Twitch?
YouTube was first. I actually started YouTube in January of 2020. Because it seemed like the easier one to do first. You know, you can edit out all of your foolishness. You know, you don't have to show all the craziness you do, and you don't have to show all the fear you have in front of a camera for the first time. YouTube was like everything. I did everything. I was variety gaming. I played through whole old games because I'm really into like all of my GameCube games. I'm a GameCube nerd. It's my favorite console of all time. But I was also playing random games I found on PC services. But I also do non-gaming stuff. Like I bought the Legends Cookbook, which is this Kickstarter program that built this cookbook from scratch for all the Breath of the Wild recipes that you can make in real life, but also other recipes inspired by other foods from different Zelda games. So it's all Zelda recipes.
That's
so I started making it's oh my god, Jahara. One day I'll cook you something from it, I promise.
Please do.
But like I take a recipe, I buy all the ingredients, and then I'd record myself cooking it, and then I'd explain how to make it after. And so you could actually watch the videos and follow along, and then I can explain to you in my own ways, like, okay, I did this instead of this, even though it said to do this. This works better, you know? So I think I did like Hearty Salmon Meunier is my first one because that little girl in Rito Village is just way too excited about it. I had to taste it for myself. I get the hype.
Is it good?
Oh my god, it's so wonderful. It's delicious. I did crepes and I did a crab omelet, and I have to do my monster cake. It's gonna be amazing. There's like blackberries in it and all kinds of stuff.
That's so cool.
And then I think the last thing I do on my YouTube channel, like I said, I'm like a really big soundtrack nerd. I love video game music. so much. It's the most nostalgic part for me. I can break it down. I can give you the reasonings why they chose this track for this particular scenario, all of that. And I took that and I made this series called Soundtrack Saturday. And so like for every Saturday for like 6 months straight, I had a video come out. Best songs for this video game. And here's why. And I break them down and explain them like in context, how they were created, the composers, what their thought process was, all of that, because I just love video game music. And so it's just a little bit of everything I love about video games: food, song, gameplay.
That's so awesome.
Oh my God, I can change my banner. That's what I should do. Food, song, gameplay. Write it down. Write it down.
Somebody write it down for Alex. Write it down, chat. Food, song, gameplay. Change your banner. She was perfect. Perfect.
Food.
That's so awesome.
Music.
So while she's writing that down.
Yes.
YouTube, though. Wow. That's so cool. Like, it's literally a little bit of everything, so we can see, like, a more more of the sides of you. I don't want to say all of the sides. More of the sides of Alex Norimaki than we do on stream while she plays games. Not just games, but also food and music. That's awesome, though. Y'all hear that, chat? Thank you, Reluctant, for putting her link in the chat. And in the spirit of YouTube, Alex's YouTube will be linked in the description box below.
You're doing great. I love it. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my God, I love that. I know a lot of streamers, or some of like our streaming gurus, if you will, say that you need to have like cross-platform promotion. So when you started Twitch, did you intend to start Twitch to bring people to your YouTube, or do you try to use YouTube to bring people to your Twitch? Like, how does that work for you?
Honestly, neither. When I streamed, I actually streamed because we were in COVID. And I mean, we're still in COVID at the time of this recording.
Yes, we are.
It's a horrible life we live.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't celebrate my birthday the way I wanted to. I wanted to go to my favorite water park with my friends, but that was not possible. And I was already doing content creation. So I was like, well, if I can't throw a party or go hang out in person, throw a party on stream, you know? I can make it as cool as I want to. And so I was like, let me celebrate. I think I was celebrating like some milestone for YouTube, but also for my birthday. So it's like, I'll live stream on my birthday. And I did really just expected for it to be a horrible experience. I would be like jittery the entire time, and then I would just leave. And I had so much fun. And I think YouTube ended up driving a little bit of traffic to my Twitch channel. One of my, I literally always call him out, but Sage is like in your chat right now. He's actually like one of the first subscribers I had on my YouTube channel. Like, he's been there forever.
Look at Sage waving in chat.
Hi. Yeah, no, he's literally just been there forever. I don't even know what game he found me on, but like, he won't leave and I don't want him to. And so I don't know. It's just, they just kind of came. They just followed me, you know? And so now in the spirit of like growth and content creation in that facet, it's more like, I think Twitch is probably going to grow my YouTube. I've grown way faster on Twitch than I have on YouTube. And so now my YouTube kind of has to catch up. So I think we're going kind of backwards, oddly enough. So though I started on YouTube, Twitch is actually growing the YouTube because it's grown faster.
That's so cool. Hey, and cheers to Sage. Sage is one of my OG followers as well. Sage has been around for a while.
It's awesome.
I remember because I had to ask him how to actually say his name because I couldn't read his username. For those of you who can't see Sage, it's like SGA1AC3, and I'm an old biddy, and I don't know how to read stuff like that.
I was saying, as I was just calling him SGA for the longest time.
Me too.
And then one day he was like, you know, it's Sage, right? And I was like, no.
Obviously, I did not.
I am illiterate, and I do apologize. And he's like, that's fine. Because his name on YouTube is Sage of Games, and so I don't know why I didn't make the... Listen. We're here now. It's fine.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I still stare at it, and I'm like, they say it says Sage. I'm going to take your word for it, and I don't see it. Like, it's... Nope.
Yeah, so...
yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool though. For me, YouTube, as I'm putting this on YouTube, is a little bit more intimidating for me. What I found that I really enjoy in terms of an alternate platform is TikTok. And which is weird because I swear to you, like 6 months ago, the only reference I had to TikTok was my stepdaughters. I have two stepdaughters that are both teenagers. And they're like, TikTok is cool. And I was like, I don't know about that TikTok. Can't anybody watch you on there? Are you being safe? Like, I was very mom about TikTok.
I love it.
Are you being safe on TikTok? You're not duetting just anybody, right? Turn off your duets right now. Like,
immediately.
Turn off your duets so old men can't duet yourself. I just didn't know anything about, and honestly, that probably is still a thing. But
valid.
they're just like any part of the internet. There are good and bad parts of every platform. Just like I'm sure there are not so fantastic parts of Twitch, which we've seen. But we happen to have a really carved out a really lovely area of Twitch for ourselves, I feel like.
I
and
agree.
TikTok has been so fun. And there was like a lot of stuff when I first started it, and Kenny, my fiance, for those of you at home, suggested that I use it, and I was like looking at it and I was like, I don't know how to use any of this. This seems like some newfangled technology for the use. And I'm not that old. I'm really not that old. I like to make jokes. I like to make jokes, but I'm not even 30 yet. But like, I have his brother who's 7 years younger than me, so I always just assume that everything is like stuff he says, because he says stuff sometimes and I'm like, what does that mean? Like, he used to say something, it was like, oh my god, I'm weak. He would say that to me all the time, and I'm like, what does that mean? It means it was funny, and I'm like, that's not how that works in English. But now I know. And I found that if I accidentally start using something ironically, then I will always 100% of the time end up using it forever. So I need to be careful.
That's how the internet works at this point. Like,
it's just ironic. I don't really mean it. I just think it's stupid, so I'm saying it because I'm making fun of it.
Dumb son saying it. Yeah, and the next thing you know, you're really just saying it
all the time.
All the time. And that's okay.
Right? But it's fun. I started watching it and I was like, there's so much cool, like, weird stuff on here. But I don't think I can do any of it because I'm not like, I don't know. I just like I'm not like, your brain tells you like you can't.
You don't belong here. Of course not.
But then eventually I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do all of it. I'm gonna cosplay and I'm gonna do the weird faces and I'm gonna do the lip syncing and I'm going all of it. I'm just gonna try anything that I see somebody do. If I think that's cool, I'd like to try that. I'm just going to do it. That's just the only thought process that I need to have, and it's been really fun. I actually somehow ended up growing faster on TikTok than I have been on Twitch.
I did a lot though. Like, if part of me wants to try it, but I'm scared, so I don't know.
Do it. Reality in chat says that she created a TikTok just to follow me.
Oh my god,
that's so sweet.
Umbri's the best.
You should try it. It's a lot of fun, and what I really like about TikTok as compared to YouTube, for example, is that the effort to result payoff is much lower. Like, there's a little bit of there is effort involved, but because the video at max can be a minute long, like, how much editing could you possibly need to? Even if you did all of the editing to make it super, super amazing, it's still a minute at the most.
Yeah, no, as opposed to, I think my videos average like 16 minutes.
Right? So I love it, and it's fun, and I'm growing a lot faster on there, and I've been bringing a lot of people from TikTok over here, which is so fun, and I'm loving that.
I'm seeing that. Yeah, no, I might try it. I promise you that I will try it.
Okay, I'll take that promise. Okay. I'm putting this on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I'm here. So I'm here now with her, who's already here, Alex Norimaki. Link down below. Go follow her. And now she's going to go over on TikTok. And when she does, by the time that this is uploaded onto YouTube, she will also have a TikTok link that I will put below. Yeah.
Okay, I have a time limit. All right. Okay. All right. I'll find something and put it on there.
And y'all heard that, chat. There's going to be a TikTok for Alex Norimaki coming up soon. Be prepared to hit that follow button and all them likes.
Hearts in the chat if you're going to keep me accountable.
Fun fact, though, TikTok hates you if you spam like people's stuff. Like, if you just go through and you're just like, it actually, like, punishes. It actually, like, punishes the content creator by, like, making it, because they think, like, you're using, like, a shadow account to, like, boost your stuff. So it'll, like, stop showing your stuff, in theory. I don't know if that's been confirmed. TikTok hasn't confirmed that, but
I'll take your word for it. I believe you.
So, yeah, for any of you, if you love Alex, just watch the video all the way through and then like it.
Then judge me.
Then like all of it, but still like it.
Then judge me. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, but I'll figure it out. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be
Okay.
fine.
Awesome. And then, okay, I have a couple more questions, and then we'll open it up to chat. Sound good?
Good for you.
Okay. What is your? We have two pieces of advice for streamers that I want to. I want to ask Alex what your advice is. One
Okay.
is, what is the one piece or the top piece of advice you have for a new streamer about having to do with like on the mental side? And then the next question would be, what's your top advice for a new streamer from a technical standpoint?
Okay. So which one should I do first? From the mental side, I guess I would say the most important thing you need to do is, hmm, I I think this kind of encompasses a bunch of things, but you need to be kind to yourself. And I say that in that if you really want to grow, you have to have patience with yourself. You have to have room for yourself to make mistakes and to grow from them. And you have to give yourself time to get going, like to even get off the ground. Okay. When I first started really trying to grow in everything, the concept of imposter syndrome became very, very
Ooh,
blatant.
me
Um,
too.
I mean, it was horrifying. I'd go into my friend streams and they'd have higher numbers than me, and my mind, I already have anxiety. My anxiety was like, you don't belong here. You aren't doing as well as anybody else because you don't belong here, and there's nothing you can do. You should just quit now while you're ahead, kind of thing. Imposter syndrome can be so painful,
It's crippling.
and you crippling. It is. You have to give yourself room to be patient with yourself and to understand that it is a process, and that in that time, take care of yourself. Give yourself a break. Don't try to work harder to make it go faster because that'll just kill you more. Just give yourself time and love yourself through the process. I think would be like my biggest like if I could go back and tell me of 3 months ago, like please God, chill out. Take it, do something.
For real.
Read a book. Oh my God. Um,
I'll touch on that if you don't mind.
yeah, go for it.
Honestly, this it's interesting because people kind of feel like, and I want everyone who's listening to understand that imposter syndrome can appear for anyone in any circumstance.
Hmm. Hmm.
Alex, you're talking about imposter syndrome from the standpoint of feeling like you're not growing fast enough. For those who don't know, I started on Twitch August 25th, so it's almost been 4 months. As of Christmas, it'll be 4 months. And didn't have any experience on Twitch before this, not even as a user. I literally never spent a single day on Twitch until the day that I started
Wow.
streaming. So I was so unfamiliar with the platform. And as a lot of you know, I've been growing relatively quickly,
Hmm. Hmm.
rather rapidly, and I get a lot of positive reinforcement from people like, "Wow, you're growing really fast." And that comes sometimes with questions. What is it that you're doing? You know, like, can you give tips? Can you do this? And I was just inundated with this like kind of flabbergasted anxiety
Hmm.
of like, I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is all a pipe dream,
Hmm.
and I'm lucky. And eventually, this is. I used to talk to Kenny and just really struggle with it, especially with the idea of leaving my job to do this more often. Was that like I don't belong here, and eventually everyone's going to figure that out, and this growth
Hmm.
is just going to hit a wall, and it's going to drop. And it's
Yep.
going to literally come to a freezing halt once everybody realizes that they don't know what they're talking about. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I was like, I appreciate the love and everything. But because it's clear that there are people that work so hard to be here, it made me feel, and just general anxiety, it made me feel like, well, like I don't really feel like I deserve to be here. You know, like from
I
someone that
agree.
might be in the industry for a long time versus someone that appears and has, for whatever reason, somewhat of a break. Then it's
Hmm.
like, I don't want to feel like people are upset about that, or I don't want to like it was an accident, and you tell yourself like it's an accident. It's totally an
Hmm.
accident. You're right. I don't belong here. I'm so sorry. Like,
Hmm. Exactly. It's the same
so
concept.
it's definitely a mental struggle, and both sides of that, I feel, whether you're
It-
going slow or too fast, or honestly, I think if you put your face on the internet, that
It's a gamble all the way.
Regardless of how you're doing, you're probably going to experience some level of like imposter syndrome. Like, people are like, "You're a streamer," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm just the person who streams."
Right. Like, to be completely honest, that's why I'm like so hesitant to just be like, my goal is to be partnered. My goal is to be paid for this, because it's like, in my head, it's like at any moment people could realize you're not actually worth watching and you could lose all of it tomorrow. Like, you don't actually belong here. You're not really a streamer. You're just somebody who's doing this for funsies, and you're not working anywhere near as hard as anybody else out here is. So don't get your hopes up. Just stay humble about the entire thing. So when that star finally falls, you aren't hurt by it. That
Right.
is the imposter syndrome talking.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, I would love to be partnered and I would love to get paid for this, but you can't. I don't know. It's like a defense mechanism.
It
The imposter
is.
syndrome is a vile creature, and it may or may not happen to you, but more likely it probably will at some point, and you just have to give yourself time
Mm-hmm.
to work through it and realize that it's all in your head and it's not true. And you are where you deserve to be. And it's a mess, but that's something I would definitely tell anybody trying to do this.
Right. Even just in any place, if you're there, you belong there. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
you're there, you belong there. Can you get there? Can you pick up your 2 feet and walk your butt there? Then you belong there.
You belong there.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get on this? Can you get on this rocket and get your butt to Mars and stand on Mars? Okay, then you're a freaking astronaut.
Exactly.
However you got there, you're an astronaut now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good job for you. Like, I try to remember something like that. So.
Oh yeah, that was
Awesome.
I had it when I graduated undergrad. Actually, I got my undergrad degree in biology, and everyone's like, you're a biologist. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just have a degree. I don't know anything. They're like, but you're a biologist. I'm like, I promise you, I'm really not. Like, I don't know anything to this day.
Yo, that's so true.
It's horrifying putting those titles, like, once you give them titles and give them meaning, it becomes real, and then you actually have to own it, and it's kind of scary. But own it. Just own the thing. Please just own it, because you will be so much happier.
I know.
So much quicker.
It's hard though. I've been speaking Japanese for upwards of 12 years now and tutoring for 11 of those, and I got my undergrad in Japanese and I lived there,
Mhm.
and I still say when people are like, do you speak Japanese fluently? Not fluently. No. I can't make that commitment, because I feel like the minute you're like fluently, but then if someone's like, what about this? And I'm like, oh, I don't really know that word. Because there's so
Then
many
it's not true.
words
Mm-hmm.
that they're going to be like, la ha ha.
Mhm.
It's not fluent because there was this word you don't know, or this symbol you couldn't read. And it's like, well, yeah, but there's words in English that I don't know.
Exactly, but I speak English.
But I'm definitely fluent. So I hesitate to make those sort of commitments and those titles. Like, yes, I'm fluent. But like, I am
That's
advanced.
me as a gamer. That's me as a gamer. I've never played a first-person shooter in my entire life, and probably never will, because I suck at them. And I'm just convinced I'm not actually a gamer because I haven't. And it's like, that's not true. Stop.
You are. I mean, if you're not a gamer, then I'm not, because I didn't start gaming until I met Kenny roughly 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so what is this game thing that you have? And what is this? Is this a I literally don't chat, don't laugh at me. People at home, don't laugh at me. I literally used to call Kenny's controllers remotes. I was like, honey, can you please put your remotes away?
I'm not laughing. Don't look at my face. Just...
I was just like, oh yeah, can you please put the remote to your like PlayStation away? And he's like, the controller. Yeah, the controller. It's a remote. It goes to the TV. Whatever.
How far you've come.
How far I've come.
That is so good.
It is true. I really attribute much of my advancement to both Kenny and chat, who has pushed me through my games to go faster and get better.
Bless Kenny. Bless Kenny.
As the internet says, get good.
Get good. GUD.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And then how about for my advice from mental side. We talked a little bit about this before, but if you guys want to start streaming, I know that streaming is entertainment and that you should think of yourself as an entertainer and you're here to entertain people. But I think for mental health wise, you need to understand that this is your place on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You bought this camera. This is your computer. This is your game. This is your save file. You're playing it, and this is your face and your voice. Okay? If someone comes into your stream and they're making you unhappy or uncomfortable in any way, they should be gone. That's it. It doesn't matter if what they're doing is not against Twitch's terms of service. You don't need to wait until someone is so egregious that they're against Twitch's terms of service to not want to have to vibe with that person. If someone walked into your house and you were throwing a party, you understand? If you were throwing a party and you were inviting people into your home and they came into your house acting a fool, you would be like, get out my freaking house. Get out my house. This is your house on Twitch, and if you don't want them there, they can
don't
leave.
need to be there.
Like, you don't need to feel like you're an entertainer and that therefore you need to just somehow be required to put up with crap that you don't like.
Because it's just
and I think once you understand that, you'll be able to really build a community that makes you happy to be there when you go and makes the other people that are part of that community feel safe as well. You know, like if they know that you're not going to put up with crap, they're not going to put up with crap, so they'll stand behind you. And then people that also come into the chat know what kind of environment is expected, you know?
Exactly.
Immediately, they know that. And then if they understand, great. Like sometimes you're like, oh, maybe I'll give them like a warning, but like there are all these other people, or if you're brand new, there's a couple people, one or two, whatever, that are able to accept your community rules like that. So why do you have to put up with somebody who can't?
Exactly.
Gonna give you crap for it.
Community, they go to bat for you immediately, and it's mind blowing just how willing they are to protect the community that you've created. I think it actually brought me to tears once. They were like, "We don't do that here. Get out."
Right? Exactly. Like someone being like, this isn't, or like, you should stop doing that. And they're like, well, we do this here. So if you don't like that, like, you don't have to be here. There's lots of other streamers. There's lots of other streamers. And there's a community for everyone, honestly. So they can find someone in 0.5 seconds that they don't need to bother you. Like, so.
It's, wow.
I don't know. I feel like it's for your own mental health, but it also makes your community feel safer.
Plus, if you're in the right state of mind, stream benefits all the more for that. So by protecting yourself, you're protecting the stream by proxy.
Exactly. If someone makes you feel uncomfortable and it bleeds over into how your mood is while you're streaming, then that brings the whole thing down for everybody else.
I agree.
So
kick them out. Kick them. Don't be afraid to kick them. You know how many people exist?
There's so many people. You don't need their follow.
You don't.
Like, even if you're new, I know it feels like you might need their follow. But, like, you don't need to follow a person that you don't like. Just, like, you don't need to be friends in real life with someone that you don't like. If you think about it that way, like, why would I be friends with you? I don't like you.
You do not need to please everybody. You do not need to please everybody. Heck, even Beyonce has haters. And if Beyonce can be Beyonce and she has haters, you can stream on Twitch and have people who don't belong in your community.
Period.
That's it.
Period with a T at the end.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
An elephant's faithful 100%.
Okay, and last, so how about a technical advice for a new streamer?
Okay, so audio is everything. Listen, you can have a 480p camera, which I guess to most people is garbaggio. If you go into a stream and you can't understand a word they're saying, or you can't hear them over the game, or you can't hear the game over them, or the audio is in any way, shape, or form messed up, ruins the entirety. I actually took a class this year for my master's program called Digital Story Production, which teaches you about video editing, getting the best sound, getting the best shot, all of that. And even they reiterate, audio is the most important thing. So if you have to invest in something first, it needs to be a mic. It needs to be a mic. If they can hear you clearly, that just adds to the experience. And then you need to adjust your audio levels. You don't have to go out and get some super fancy audio adjuster, whatever they call it. I don't know. I'm tech illiterate, but you know what I'm talking about. You can just have your levels. Take time to level your audio. Audio is the most important thing. If you have quote unquote subpar camera quality, Mixer. Thank you. A mixer. If you have the most, you can have the most quote unquote subpar camera quality, right? Maybe it's not HD. People will overlook that if they can hear you and understand you, and that's crisp. Audio first. I will die on that hill 100%.
I agree with you. I
Mhm.
agree. If you, especially because like the discoverability on Twitch is so difficult to begin with. If someone
Mhm.
gives you a chance by clicking on your stream and they can't even hear you, like, because like the only way to find people is to search a game first, right? Either that or the recommended page, right? But in theory, people would search a game they want to watch. Then every streamer that's on that page now is playing the exact same game that they want to
Mhm.
watch.
Mhm.
So if they choose to go into your stream and be like, how are they playing the game or what's their vibe, like what makes them different, but they can't hear you or your audio is distorted or unpleasant to listen to,
Mhm.
they're just gonna leave. They're not gonna give you a chance because they don't know you yet. Like you haven't earned a chance in any way, shape, or form. You know.
I agree.
So I agree that audio is a really big thing. And then for mine to piggyback off that, I think audio is the best. If you have to pick the next thing, technically speaking, um, I I kind of go back and forth between two things.
Mhm.
One is a lot of people that I've talked to over the last few months say like I really want to start streaming, but like I don't have a good enough PC. And
Mm.
what I think that you can kind of make a habit of doing is if you don't have a good enough PC, choose lower res games that you can play
Mhm.
and then
I agree.
just start streaming and build using the lower res games that your computer or your laptop can handle.
Mhm.
Okay, then once you kind of have your equipment, pick what you play based off of what you have. So if you have a
Exactly.
PC, then you need to play PC games. There are many, you will
Mhm.
not run out. But
F
if you want
ever.
to play, if you decide when you're trying to figure out what you want to stream and you primarily play Nintendo games on your Switch and you know
Mhm.
that that's your jam, that's your thing, go out, buy yourself a capture card and start there.
I
Like,
agree.
and that's what you need to do. Like, you don't have to have a capture card so that you can do Switch and Xbox and PS4 or PS5 now and a PC so you can do this. Like, if you can only do one system, that's fine. Just do that and then get started. You know, uh, just stream Minecraft, right?
Mhm.
Chat, thank you, elected.
It's, it will
But
run on a toaster.
that's like for like the general. But I would also say before you consider buying a really expensive camera, lighting. Do your lighting.
Mhm. Mhm.
A, a a poop camera or a decent camera and really good lighting will get you farther than a really good camera can
And
compensate for
poor lighting.
bad lighting.
I agree.
And like the thing is, people are often in your stream because they want to meet you and see you, like your facial expressions, your reactions to the game. If they can't
Mhm.
even see your face because your lighting is so dark,
What's the point?
then what's the point? Like
Exactly.
that's why when I first started streaming, I used to make myself so big. You can see my old streams. I didn't even have a green screen yet, and I still took up like almost half a screen because I
Oh my
turned my
god.
camera sideways, so I had like my entire like torso up on stream.
You can see everything. Just
Yeah, just everything. You
the
could see
whole
the
thing.
whole full
Nice.
body reaction. Everyone knew I had legs then.
Streamers don't have legs, by the way.
They
Side note.
don't. Those were
We don't.
fake. I didn't
Mhm.
want to freak you guys out, but those were fake. Yeah. So
I
just be a
agree though.
VTuber. No cam, no lights. Done. Says chat.
Yeah,
So
no. Yeah.
that's my advice. So between me and Alex, we say get some good sound, get some good lighting, and then pick what system. What system? Just one. One is fine.
Mhm.
You don't
And
have to
just
be
work
able
your
to
way
play
up.
it
You can
all.
build later. Not all at once. You can absolutely build later.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Add up on it. Okay, so why don't we take chat off of emote only mode and
Heck yeah.
we'll go ahead and open it up to a few questions and then we'll get back to like the regular stream. Everyone?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god, so many questions immediately. Oh my goodness.
Grayson.
Grayson like had that like you had that like right up there, didn't you,
Oh
Grayson?
my
About the
god.
toilet question, the toilet dream. Thank you. Thank you for remembering. I can speak, says chat. Why am I crying?
Oh
Why
my
are you
god.
crying, Jackalope?
Yeah, what's going on? Are you all right? Did we touch you today? Your heart, I mean.
Ak. Thank you for all the helpful tips. Oh, I'm so glad you thought those were helpful, Tussleberry. Hello.
Yay!
Hello.
I'm so excited. Yay!
My voice. Does anyone else feel
How does
like
it feel?
Ariel after she got her voice back?
I was just about to say the same thing. Thanks for like, you know what I meant, but I had to make sure.
Or Jackalope says, LOL, because this is beautiful. Aww. Thank you. And Kyla was also here with the Little Mermaid reference.
100%. Oh my god.
And Lady Alma, you said, do you take people who know absolutely no Japanese to tutor? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Come on over. I tutor people who know absolutely nothing to who are already mid-level, though I prefer my beginners because then all of your knowledge is from me and I get a serious power trip over that. So come on in.
Yeah, I'm trying to just writing down learn Japanese from Jahara.
Do it. I would love to tutor you guys. You don't even have to commit to like a full like set of like week by week. Just be like, can I try one lesson and then see how I like it and then go, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I am open. All right, so let's see. Tussleberry says, I've been clapping and trying to show the support in your words. Aw, thank you, Tussle.
We appreciate you.
I loved all of you guys looking at the emotes that were supporting us. The
I know, they're so sweet.
And the hearts. You know, I love it. Sage says, I don't plan to stream when I get a new PC next year, but thanks. Ooh.
We got you.
We got you, Sage. Got you. If you ever
Mm-hmm.
change your minds, remember these wise words.
Remember the words of those who walked before you.
'Twas us. We
or something. Yes. We walked so you can run.
General Pie Knife might go bunk. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. That's a bad habit, honestly. My arms, I talk with my hands, y'all. So I'm in like this confined mic space where I just always punch it.
I do that too. I've knocked my mic over more than once in stream. Do not feel bad. She's so bad.
Captain says, y'all have inspired me to make another song with vocals in it. Yes! Captain Bones, we would love that. We will all be here for it. We will all play it on our streams.
I cannot wait.
Jahara's turning Italian. Guitar Corp says. Did I sound Italian just now?
Something about pinching the hand.
Is that what it was? The hand pinching? All right.
I don't know. I didn't see it, but if you did it, I believe that. Oh, yeah, you talk with your hands. Yeah, all Italians talk with their hands.
Oh, I see.
My therapist is Italian, and she's like all over the place. She's like, get in touch with your feelings. And I was like, okay, relax. Oh my God. Sage says, I subbed to you on the YouTube after I watched a few episodes of Little Nightmares and Soundtrack Saturdays. That's right. You're still mad at me because I still haven't finished Little Nightmares. That's crazy. I appreciate you.
That's funny because tomorrow I'm playing Little Nightmares on stream for our 1,500 follower reward. Little Nightmares.
Oh my God. I'm going to stream it like next year sometime because Sage yelled at me and told me I should do it.
Aw, Sage, don't yell at Alex. Dr. Doughboy says, I'm on YouTube now, but I'll be coming to Twitch in 2021. I'll be turned. Yes, that's awesome.
It's gonna be lit. I'm so proud of you.
State your goals, guys. Manifest your goals.
It's gonna be great. I'm proud of y'all.
Kenny says, I saw Alex's YouTube and she played a short hike, so she knows about those good games.
Oh, that game made me cry. Short Hike is so sweet. Do you know anything about it, Jahara?
Yeah, like, Kenny played it. I watched him play a little bit of it. He finished it in like one night, but he really liked it. I don't know anything about the story, so no spoilers there, but it looked really cute.
Kenny, I just need to know, don't spoil it, but like, did you cry at the end? Because I kind of cried. Like, it's on the video that I started crying. It was so cute. Oh God, you need to play it. You'd like it. It's really peaceful.
Aw. Tussleberry wrote in Japanese, domo arigatou gozaimasu, or domo. Domo arigatou gozaimasu is more polite, for sure. So you are very welcome, which in Japanese is do itashimashite. Ne.
I would love to learn.
General, you're not working late, so I'll be there, she says. That's awesome. I'm excited to play Little Nightmares and also scared because I'm weak. I'm weak.
I'll watch you play that one. I have nothing to do tomorrow night. I got you.
You do now.
Yeah, I do. You're my plans.
You're my plans. Ooh. All right, guys. Do you have any questions for me and Alex? So we'll go ahead and ask some questions, and then we'll wrap up the recording, and then just go back to normal, so we can do some of the point redemptions and everything that I saw popping up as we went along.
Oh, did we?
Just a few questions. Yes. And when we go back to regular streaming, Kyla, we will watch Long Long Man.
My God, I hate when I yawn. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. Were there questions in Discord or something?
Were there questions in Discord, Kenny?
I know you said that.
I saw that he wrote that, but I wasn't sure if people actually did it. Guitar Corp says Series XS or the One General. We're talking about Xboxes here?
What? I know nothing about it.
I do not care.
I do not know.
I have an Xbox One right now, and it serves its purpose.
It's like the one console I know nothing about. I've never touched an Xbox in my entire life. I don't know why. I just want to learn another controller, okay? That's really it.
I will say the Xbox controllers are the hand feel on an Xbox controller is real nice. I love it.
It's all about that GameCube controller for Alex. I'll use it on anything. You hear me?
Sage says, who would win in an arm wrestling match? Alex?
I would win an arm wrestling match.
Hello? For those who are listening at home, I have SpongeBob arms, or as Reluctant Skeptic said, spaghetti wrists. While that was insulting, it is indeed accurate. Alex is rubbing your muscles?
I never feel them.
Kyla says, Alex, would you loan JJ your 80s workout outfit if we hit a follower sub goal? 80s workout outfit?
Did you not see it?
I don't think I did.
Okay, I'm gonna DM to you. You need to see it.
All right, I will see that. Then we'll find out, Kyla. Xbox 360 controllers. Sage says Xbox 360 controllers are easily the best feeling controllers ever. Are they the same as Xbox One controllers? Because I never had an Xbox 360, so I wouldn't know. I'm new, you guys. I'm new. Is there a game that the Biohazard King asks, is there a game that you two would never play? I would never play any of the Resident Evil games. Wouldn't do it. Can't make me.
Really?
I wouldn't do it. I despise anything that has to do with zombies, bodily fluids, blood, biting, gore.
Okay.
I can't watch a movie that has to do with it. I would certainly not first person myself into a video game and allow that to happen to my character. The trauma, like I literally have gotten nightmares from accidentally watching a horror movie trailer that was too scary.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, I'm a very delicate soul.
It's not for you. I understand. Yeah, maybe
so
not.
So people are like, "Oh, it's so fun," though. And I'm like, "You don't understand, guys. I can't do it. I know my limits."
You wouldn't last about 10 minutes in Resident Evil 7. Maybe don't play it. Maybe don't play it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. For Alex, favorite game that you've streamed, says Kenny.
Oh, I know Chris also asked a game that I would never play. Yeah, he knows why I'm staring at you crazy. The game I would never play was originally Five Nights at Freddy's until he made me play it. Hated it. He will be hearing from my lawyer. A game that I will never play is probably Dead Space. I don't do games like that. I don't do space plus horror at the same time. Scares the crap out of
me. That sounds awful.
Yep, couldn't do that. But as far as favorite game that I've streamed is favorite game I've streamed is Getting Over It. I'm kidding. My favorite game that I've streamed is definitely Breath of the Wild, 100%. Like I'm having so much fun talking to everybody, and we figure out new ways to do stuff. And I've played the game 20 times now, and like I find new ways every time. I just have so much fun with people too.
Breath of the Wild is the best. It's such a fun interactive game to play because there's just so many ways you can do stuff, so people can give suggestions, or you can do it differently every time. Like
it never gets old.
It's such a good game for streaming.
I agree.
It's fantastic. Let's see, what other questions do we have? Queen. Thanks, Tussleberry. Tussleberry called me queen in Japanese in chat.
Tussleberry is correct.
Let's see. Reluctant says, Alex, do you have the Hori GameCube controller for the Switch? Officially Nintendo licensed?
No, I know it came out when 3D All Stars came out, but because I already owned all 3 of the games that were on that 3D All Stars, don't know why I paid for it. I was like, I have no reason to get it. But now that I think about it, I probably should just get it, shouldn't I? Actually, how much does that cost? I'm under budget for Christmas presents. I can buy myself one. Hold on. I'm just gonna buy that right now.
Awesome. While you look that up, let's see. The Biohazard King says that they saw that death stare. They felt it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's lots of people telling me that the Resident Evil games are not that bad, and I'm emphatically ignoring all of you.
I understand. They're not. I actually get why you'd be afraid because I was terrified. They're bad, but they're not as bad as you think.
I agree. However, I know my limits, and I just don't like to be scared or to be grossed out. And I actually, funny thing, I watched you play a Resident Evil 7 game. I watched you play it. I watched you play Resident Evil, which is weird because you're like, Jahara, you can't watch. I watched you play because you were making so much hilarious commentary the entire time that I could deal with it. I watched Alex play the Resident Evil games, and I was like, this is fine. I will tell you, I was watching it on my phone, y'all, and I was still like holding my phone away from me like this for so much of the stream. Like whenever I thought something bad was gonna pop out, I would like really rear it back just in case. But I watched for a couple streams. I was like, this is okay. This is fine.
No, I'm proud of you for sticking with that because you definitely did not have to.
It's because I really like you. Let's see. What other questions do we have? It would actually help you guys if you could at the person that you want to talk. That way I can pick out your questions easier because some of these are just comments. You know, some of them are just comments on what we're saying, but it's easier to find the question if you put the at in there. I do see Umbree's biggest dislike while streaming, both of us. Biggest dislike. Do you know?
I know mine.
Go ahead.
I don't like unsolicited backseat gaming. And I say that if I'm clearly struggling, I'll usually be like, hey, can y'all help? Anybody know what we're doing? Anybody want to look it up for me? But I don't like when people come in, especially on a game I've already played 1,000 times and I've made that clear. I've played it before. And people are like, you need to go here. Have you done this? You need to get this. You need to do this right now. Why haven't you done this? This would be so much easier. It's like, dude, I get you've played it, but so have I. And also, I'm going to play the game I want to play it. It's my stream. Like, don't come in here and try to backseat drive my stream. It drives me absolutely up the wall. Up the wall. I think that's like my most hated thing, for sure.
Let's see. I see that. So I'm not going to say the same thing. I feel like that wouldn't be fair. I'm not going to say the same thing. This hasn't happened often because we've protected the community from it by banning certain words, to be honest. But I disliked when I first started streaming and didn't really know how to mod that well. I got a few people that came in and enjoyed telling me that the fact that I had so many people talking to me in chat was because I was a girl. And Jesus, I'm still so new to the gaming industry in general. So, like, I do not claim to be a gamer in the deepest sense of the word. Like, I'm very new to gaming, and there's a lot I don't know. And if someone's like, have you played this, or do you know this? I've always been comfortable being like, no. Not be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Nope, never heard of it. Tell me about it. You seem like you know. I would love to hear about it,
like,
right?
Learn me something.
But it feels weird when someone's like, oh, you don't know about that? That's weird. I know about that, but, you know, people don't watch me. But you know, you're a girl, so you don't really have to know or like be good at the game. And I'm like, I never claim that people are watching me because I'm good at the game. I'm not here for my pro strat. It's for all my smack talk and probably the giggling, honestly. So I really disliked that because I hadn't been in the gaming space, so I didn't know that was a thing that like people seemed to be somehow put out in their feels by seeing girls streaming, like or playing games at all. I was like, ugh. That's a weird thing for you to say. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Sorry, not sorry.
Right? That makes no sense. Why would you say
makes
that?
Zero sense.
So that's probably my thing. Cool. Guitar Corp is trying to get a poll on whether I play Doom or Resident Evil. And I'm telling you guys, ain't ever gonna happen. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll get so desensitized to gaming that I'll have to try something epic.
That's a good way to look at it that way. I like that.
I'll
Just look at it
eventually
that
get desensitized. I used to scream at the lightning in Breath of the Wild. Now I'm like, lightning, who dis?
I'm proud of you.
Right? Come at me, bro.
The growth. That's growth.
Let's see. Umri is saying that she banned someone the other day for telling her what to do on a Hollow Knight. That was good.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, please leave me alone.
Tussleberry asked, do either of us make art?
Oh my god, Umbri's here. Oh my god, I can show her. Wait,
we have art.
I didn't paint it yet.
Those of you at home, hurry, head to YouTube so you can see the art Alex is going to show us. To answer your question, Tussleberry, I do not draw or make art. Is cosplay considered art? Is cosplay art?
I think it is.
If cosplay is art, then I make art with my body. That also sounds weird. I'm sorry.
Okay, so like, I like to paint and I like to draw. I'm not like extremely good at it, but I don't think I'm trash. And so I'm definitely, I did a whole Bob Ross stream. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was amazing. I'm gonna do it again for 1,000 followers. That's definitely what we're doing to celebrate. But I already made one that I'm gonna paint just for Umbri because I love her so much. And so I don't know if y'all can y'all see it? Can y'all see it at all? Is green screen gonna let me show it?
Yeah, it's showing part of it's showing as you get closer.
So I like did the outline of Umbri, like one of her selfies. And I'm just gonna paint it like with really pretty pink colors and everything.
Oh, that's awesome!
And I'm gonna send it to you. BT dubs.
Right, speaking of followers, if you guys haven't followed Alex yet, make sure you pop on over to Alex's channel and give her a follow. I would really appreciate it. Because I want you guys to follow her so that she knows that it was a good idea to come on my stream and hang out with me, and so she'll come back. Thank you.
I'll come back any day. I just love you. Like, you don't have to get me to come back.
Y'all heard that? 1,000 followers. Bob Ross stream happens again. Grayson says, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Someone said if I get 1,000 subs, I have to buy a tarantula, and I, for some reason, agreed.
I mean, I would buy a tarantula for 1,000 subs. Wait, what did I just say?
I have regrets. You just said it.
No, I didn't.
Immortalized. Click it. Clip it.
After it came out of my mouth, I was like, wait a second. Yo, wait, never mind. I hate spiders.
I hate them so much.
Tussleberry says cosplay is an art too, girl. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's an art. It counts. You're an artist. It does count.
Umbri says I already have some tarantulas. For real? For real? Do you really have tarantulas, Umbriality? What? So you have? Oh wow. Okay. All right. I'm gonna set that over here and see if we have any other questions that I missed.
Is that my oven going off? Like,
is it actually for real?
No.
Oh my god. Sage said, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't planning on staying in Jahara stream when I first watched it, but then I got gifted a sub and never mind, so I stayed. Wait. Does that mean now you like me? Well, I guess Sage decided to continue their sub.
You better like Jahara. Okay?
Oh, like, wait. Relax. Hold up now. Hold on now.
All right.
Grayson, did you clip that?
No, don't clip mine.
No. Grayson clipped the tarantula thing. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, God. We're all doomed.
Anybody who doesn't stand Jahara can get this work. I said what I said. I meant by my wit. This Mac is faithful. 100%. I keep that thing on me at all times.
I love it.
Mostly for horror games, but that's it.
Oh my god. Oh man, I wish people that were listening to it could see the gigantic Nerf gun you just pulled out. That was amazing.
They made one twice as big and I want it.
Grayson says, I already downloaded the clip, made a sound alert of it. Go ahead and delete what I made. It's forever now. No, Grayson.
Immortalized.
You're too much. I love it.
Oh my god.
Biohazard King says, I came over from an Alex raid one time and never left. The vibes were so amazing. Same with Umbri. Aw, thank you, Biohazard. Yeah.
I support my girls.
Thank you.
My girls always.
Also, very importantly, Umbriality says that she will hold our spiders for us. So we can buy the spider and then ship it to Umbri. I will be doing that. Thank you very much.
I do very much appreciate you. Yeah, Umbri, I'm definitely going to send you this when I finish painting it.
I'm so excited.
100%. It's going to be the cutest thing ever.
Okay, so I think that was good. That was some really good questions from chat, and we can go ahead and end our first episode here.
Yeah.
Thank you,
We
Alex, for
did
being
it.
on the first episode. It was a little
Of course.
chaotic,
You know what? I love chaos though, so this is
but
perfect.
it was so fun, and I feel like it was funny, but also heartfelt, but also
Mhm,
helpful. What you
mhm,
think? What you
mhm.
think?
I think we hit all the good points, you know. A little bit
Mm-hmm.
of humor, a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of help, a little bit of sap.
How about you, chat? Did you like it? We're gonna look at chat.
Hmm.
What does chat think?
Yeah.
Did chat enjoy it? You're only able to express your emotions through emotes the entirety of the time, but I do hope you enjoyed yourselves despite the fact that
No,
you were
really.
deeply silenced.
Yay, Umbri says my painting's going on the wall by her mini fridge, and that makes me so
Oh,
excited.
I love that. I'm so excited. Say the
Ew, with
socials out loud.
limbs.
That's right. Okay. All right. So go ahead. We would love if you join the family. You can find me on Twitch. It'll be in the description box, of course, and
Mhm.
in the notes. But it's Jahara J on Twitch. Alex, what's your Twitch handle?
My Twitch channel is Alex Norimaki. The A and the N are capitalized.
Very importantly. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
My TikTok is Jahara J J. Two J's. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Jahara JJ on TikTok and
Mhm.
Jahara Twitch on Twitter. So, what are your other
Huh.
handles?
Twitter is also Alex Norimaki. Same thing.
Jealous.
Instagram is also Alex Norimaki. Same thing.
We stand a continuity queen.
YouTube is also Alex Norimaki. Same thing. My email is alexnorimaki@gmail.com. Like it wasn't taken anywhere, and I love it.
That's amazing. So y'all heard it here first. Alex Norimaki, she's everywhere. Okay, literally everywhere. Me, I'll be in the notes.
I'll be.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much, Alex. Whee!
Of course, I had so much fun. That was lit. I feel
That
like we
was lit. Fade out and see.